It's to come to classes, hello again, is to come to classes all the first days of this second semester between 12 to 1 p.m. That is our time of Zoom classes, weekly time of English classes. Thursdays from 12 to 1 p.m. It's a short class. It's a fun class, usually. I hope so, anyway. And to complement your English practice, your English studies, every week, you have to spend 2 more hours doing extra activities. So in total, each week, you have to spend a minimum of 3 hours working on a subject. 3 hours working on the English subject per week, okay? 1 hour with a Zoom class and 2 more extra hours of practice with activities that I will give you every week, right? So in total, we need 3 hours per week as a minimum, okay? It's not much, but it's a minimum we need. If you want, if you are more interested, of course you can spend, if you need it, of course you can spend more hours, right? So that is the first thing. Today we're going to talk, of course, as a first class, for a lot of new people and for a lot of friends coming from the first semester. We have to speak about all the details and generalities of the class. So that is the time. Second thing is the objective. And I want you to think, what do you think? I want you to give me the answers. What do you think are the objectives of this English pre-intermediate class? You can use your microphones or you can type an answer on the chat. Tell me, what do you think are the objectives of this class? There are no wrong answers. So come on, just go ahead and give me one.
Profe, ¿podría repetir la pregunta, por favor?
What do you think, Sofia, are the objectives of this class? Paula, thank you. Perfect. There is no wrong answer. Practice English, talk, learn. I like it. More, please, more answers. To get better in English, yeah. Thank you, Sofia. Camila, to improve, mejorar, to improve our English level. Yeah. Good answers. More. Improve pronunciation. Absolutely. Understand more. Yeah. Valentina, completely. Learn new words, expand your vocabulary. Yeah. You people are absolutely right. These are the logical objectives of any language program, you know, and this is no exception. We're going to improve the language, English in this case. We're going to expand vocabulary. We're going to improve communication in English, etc. There's no miracle here. There's no mystery. Listen more, improve listening, understand better when you listen, listening comprehension is very important. So we're going to do everything, all of that and everything together. And we are doing it now, Now I'm talking to you in English, so you are listening to me. You are practicing your listening. Now you are writing the answer, so you are improving your writing. You can use a microphone, you can improve your talking. So it's exactly that. Use English as much as possible. Use English as much as possible is a big objective. If we do that, all the other objectives you are mentioning, we are trying to accomplish. If we use English, speak, listen, write, and read in this class, and in the hours of individual work, we are trying to get to the big objective, which is improve the English. How can we do it? Using English. There's no magic here. If we practice, we get better. And that happens with languages, happens with sports, happens with playing musical instruments, and happens with everything. We have to activate and use our English. Now your English can be there very comfortably sleeping in your brains. So what we have to do is to wake it up and start using it more, okay? So that's it. Excellent. And there is one more important thing we cannot forget, which is connect English with your future career. So that's very important objective too. We're going to try to link or connect English language learning with your career. And the idea is to incorporate topics, activities related to your career. So that's something which is very important. We have to try to maximize this opportunity. We only have one course of English, and then you don't have more. So we have to try to maximize and make the most possible of this class. So that's it. It's ambitious, but it's absolutely possible. Now we are starting to use English. Here there is no Spanish. Here there is complete immersion in English. And the more we use it, the more you will learn, okay? The more we connect English to your career, the better, okay? So that's it. Thank you very much for your answers. I think it's a good method to introduce the class and introduce the objectives, That you tell me and I don't tell you. Any questions? No. Yes, Camila? Yes or no? No, parece que el yes era no. Okay, we have the time of the class, we have the objectives clear now. So we're going to continue with something very specific, which is to show you the syllabus. Camila, you can call me teacher, sir, profe, Ernesto. It's the same for me. Don't you worry about it, okay? Feel free to call me as you wish. So let me show you the syllabus now. What? Ahí está. Syllabus. Yeah, syllabus. The syllabus is very simple. We have the weeks of the semester here, 14, and the topics, the themes for each week. Very, very, very simple. This syllabus is on material docente, okay? O cursos. So in weeks number 1 and 2, we have to work on the topic of personal information. Very simple topic, but very necessary topic and the best to start any English course, okay? So we have to get to know you and get to know me and get to know each other and practice as much as possible with that. Then in week number 3, we have, and 4, the topic of opinions, which is very interesting. You know what? You know why? Because it's not very easy. It's not that easy to give opinions in Spanish. And it's sometimes even more difficult to give opinions in another language. In this case, in English. So it's a very good opportunity that you have to improve your English, giving opinions in English, okay? So it's a good topic. Here in week number 3, we're going to begin with the blogs. The blogs we use basically to improve and practice your writing and reading comprehension. We're going to have 5 blog activities, 5 blog sessions during the semester. And the blogs will account for 5 sessions, will account for 30% of the final mark. And we will have the sessions in these weeks, 3, 5, 8, 11, and 13. Okay? A blog, you know, it's a website, basically, and we use it as a book, as a notebook, online notebook, where each of you is going to write about different topics. I'm going to have my blog that you are going to visit for getting the information, the details, the instructions, the examples, and each of you is going to make one blog. So everybody in the class is going to have one blog, and we're going to use the blogs to write about different topics. For example, in week number 3, the first topic is, of course, giving opinions. So you're going to use your blog to give opinions about some very interesting and controversial questions. Okay? And the blog tries to be a realistic method of communication. This is the way you work with blogs. First, you read my blog, my instructions for that week and for that session. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Then, after you read, you're going to write. You're going to type your answer, your text for that specific blog session. In the case of blog session number 1, give opinions about different things. After that, you're going to read one more time. So it's read, write, read. You're going to read, you're going to visit the blogs of your classmates, and you're going to read and finally make comments. So read, write, read, write. It's a complete communicational cycle that we're trying to develop to make the learning process as realistic and fun as possible. Okay, so that is blogs. La próxima clase, la sesión de la próxima semana, les voy a indicar los 3-4 pasos que deben seguir para que hagan su blog y me copien su dirección, su URL en un foro que voy a crear en cursos. Esto es la próxima semana, no se compliquen ahora. y vamos a tener todos los blogs, los 40 blogs, el mío y el de todos en un puro foro para que podamos visitarlos y hacer este trabajo de comunicación vía blogs. It's super fun. We have been working with blogs a long time, more than 15 years, and it's fun for you, it's relevant for you, and the learning is very powerful. So that is one of the elements of the class, blogs. In week number 5, we're going to dedicate that week for listening activities. Although we always work on listening activities, for example, today, you will have a lot for this week, but that is very specific, more listening activities, and block number 2. Then, in weeks 6 and 7, we have a new topic, which is very interesting and called Tools of the Trade. In Spanish, something like las herramientas del oficio. And we're going to connect it directly to your career. We're going to speak about medical tools, medical objects used in medicine, in human medicine, and also in veterinary medicine. So it's going to be very interesting and get a little bit more technical, okay? In week number 6, you will have the first reading quiz. Debería poner quiz aquí esto. Porque son quizzes, ¿ya? Van a tener uno en la semana 6 y otro en la 12, accounting for 30% of your final mark. There are many students this semester. You are 40 and I have 2 more groups, so more than 100 students. So for me, it's impossible for the correction of the readings not to use UTest. So we are going to use UTest for the reading quizzes, for the 2 reading quizzes. And it's very simple. I'm going to give you 1 hour or something for the test, and you will have to read, I don't know, 2 or 3 reading passages, usually connected with your career, with science or with medicine or with veterinarians or something, or animals, of course. And you're going to read these passages and answer some questions. Usually multiple choice questions, A, B, C, or D. So it's very practical and very efficient because we have the marks automatically, right? So we're going to have 2 reading quizzes using UTest in weeks 6 and 7 and with reading passages connected to your career. Then in week number 8, no, in week number 9, we have 8, we have listenings, the same as here, and block number 3. In week 9 and 10, introduction to academic texts. We will continue reading more articles and texts related to sciences, but with informal evaluation. Then in week 11, we have block 4, reading 2 in 12. And in 13, the final topic, which is English language challenges. And block 5. And finally, the final written test. Para el final written test, vamos a usar UTest. Les voy a dar un tiempo, usualmente 90 minutos. And there are 2 kinds of activities. Reading comprehension activities, similar to the reading quizzes, and listening comprehension activities, where you listen to something, a video or something, and then you have to respond some multiple choice questions. Both reading and listening activities will be connected as much as possible to your career, to science, to medicine, to animals. And that is in very general terms and simple terms, our class syllabus. The final written test accounts for the remaining 40% of the mark. And here we have 100%. People, any questions, any comments? Is everything clear or not? Everything okay, dice Camila. Everything clear, says Ignacia. Súper, pues. Súper, lúper. Me encanta que les quede claro. Así no tengo que repetirme. And if you have questions, you can revisit this Zoom class because I will record it and I will upload it. Don't worry, Camila. Be happy. And if you have any questions after the class, you can contact me by Ucursos or by mail. Okay, my mail is sangüesa.uchile@gmail.com. So if after the class you revise everything and you have questions, you can get in touch with me by mail or Ucurso. So there's no problem. I will be happy to try to clarify your doubts. Okay, now we can continue for the second part of this class with the topic, personal information, which is the topic we always use, teachers, we always use to start a course. But it's very, very natural, very important to meet you and to meet me. So now we're going to start knowing a little bit about ourselves and practice English at the same time. This material, maybe I used it in the first semester for the beginner students. So maybe it's repeated. I'm sorry for that. But in this case, I think it's the best material I can use for starting this class. And it's sometimes a good idea to repeat something and to practice one more time, right? So sorry for that. It's in Material Docente. It's a PDF that I'm going to show you now, but you can go to Material Docente and open it up on your computers. So this is a one. This is called question words. We're going to use this activity to practice, to talk orally, of course, about our personal information, to get to know each other. But first, we're going to check some vocabulary. And we're going to try to complete all these 12 questions with the correct question word here. These are the question words in English. It means that these are the words that we use to make questions in English. They are very practical and very important. Ahora las pueden repetir sin micrófono en la comodidad de sus casas después de mí. Dale. How often? How many? What? Which? What? We use it, what? 2 times. What time? What kind? Where? Why? When? Who? How much? Those are the most typical question words in English. Now you're going to try to use them here to complete the 12 questions. Listen, I'm going to make little groups now. I'm going to divide you in little groups, give you 4 or 5 minutes to complete the questions, and then we check all together, right? So let me create mini groups. All right. Join your groups. There are groups of 3 or 2 people. Join the groups. You have 5 minutes to complete all the questions, and we will get back after 5 minutes to check all together. Right? Thank you. Ok, ¿cómo les fue? Espero que bien. Ahora voy a dar la corrección súper rápido. Voy a dar mi ejemplo súper rápido y después los voy a volver a conectar en grupitos, ojalá de parejas, para que ustedes conversen en inglés todo el rato y respondiendo todas las preguntas, las 12 preguntas. Así que tenemos poquito tiempo para hacer todo eso. Vamos. Number 1 is, where do you live? The example. Well, in my case, I live in Santiago, en la Florida. Number 2, who do you live with? ¿Con quién vives? I live in la Florida with my family. Okay? With my 2 children and my partner, and I don't have any pets. Number 3, what kind of music do you like? I like all kinds of music. Maybe not reggaeton very much, but I love rock and electronic music and pop and tango and whatever. Number 5, why are you learning English? Well, in my case, I'm not learning English, I'm teaching, but I like learning languages. I know a little bit of German also. Number 6, when did you start? When did you start learning English? I started learning English many centuries ago when I was in elementary school. Number 7 is, how often do you go to the cinema? With the pandemic situation, I never go to the cinema, but I always watch movies on Netflix or internet. Number 8, which do you prefer? Beer or wine? I like beer for the summer, hot days, and wine for winter, or maybe for colder days. 9, how many brothers and sisters have you got? I have got only one brother. His name is Pablo. 10, how much tea and coffee do you drink a day? I drink 2 or 3 cups of tea every day and 1 cup of coffee every day, approx. 11, what did you do last night? Well, last night it was a typical boring day. I just was in the house and saw some TV, the Olympic Games on TV. And 12, finally, what are you going to do after the class? This is the future. I'm going to have lunch quickly, and then I have more classes in the afternoon. So that's it. ¿Alguna consultita rápida antes de separarlos en grupitos para que practiquen?
Nothing.
Excellent.
¿Cuál era la 4, profe?
Ay, me fui, a ver qué decía la 4. La 4 decía, parece que no la dije, me la salté. Es, what time? What time do I usually get up in the morning? I usually get up, sorry for that, I usually get up at 8 a.m. more or less, but on the weekends, later. ¿Qué más? Any questions? So guys, now can you practice conversation responding to these questions in English? And only English? All right, los voy a separar. Que tengan una super practice, please. Let me separate you in little, divide you better in little rooms. All right, here we go.
Pucha, profe, siempre nos corta
Pero,
cuando estamos
profe,
hablando.
Profe, nos faltó como 3 preguntas por responder.
Hoy el tiempo es
Con
escaso,
muy poco tiempo.
el tiempo es escaso en la televisión. Siempre. Les di casi 10 minutos. Me gusta eso, que reclamen por poco tiempo. Eso significa que estaban metidos y se le hizo corto el tiempo para hablar en inglés, which is
No hicimos hartas preguntas. Ah,
very,
aparte-
very good. Very good. And sorry for that, but it's almost 1 o'clock and I have to continue with two things. The first thing is, do you have any questions? The time was little, Camila. The time was little.
Profe,
Huh?
¿cómo se dice regalonear?
How do you say
How do you say regalonear?
regalonear? That's very Chilean. I don't know. Pues, I don't know. What is that?
¿Darles?
Huh? What? Cuddle? Es que no sé lo que significa exactamente. Cuddle sí, es como regalonear, acurrucarse con alguien. Cuddle. But,
Maybe.
maybe regalonear is to spend to spend some lovely time with somebody. I don't know, tarea para mí. Cuddle es lo más que se viene en la cabeza. Es muy relativo, sí, yo sabía algunas acepciones muy raras. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Felipe. So,
Teacher,
yes,
why we only have 1 hour of class?
because we have very little time for English in the university. We have only the jueves, the Thursdays from 9 to 3, and I have 4 sections, cuatro cursos. So I don't have more time for English. That is the reality.
Profe, ¿y solamente como por este semestre o el próximo año nos volverán a hacer el test y todo eso?
No, we only have one. You only have only this class of English, and then no more English in the university. So that's why you have to practice and make the most of this class, right? How do you say caleta in English? You say a lot, a lot. Too much es demasiado. Demasiado, too much es negativo, es más que suficiente. Caleta, dependiendo del contexto, puede ser mucho pero buena o demasiado. A lot, mucho. Too much, demasiado. Any other questions? Okay, remember guys that during each week you will have 1 hour with the Zoom classes with me and your classmates and 2 more hours of English of individual work. So this week number 1, you have to spend these 2 hours. You can practice with these questions more. So you can use the 12 questions and practice more and more orally until you are happy with your English and with your answers. And also you're going to do all these activities that I'm going to show you now, que están en material docente. Se las voy a mostrar ahora. So you're going to practice with these listening activities for personal information. That is our topic, personal information. So there are 4 listening activities here, 4. And now I'm going to show you the activities. These are all listening activities. This is a first. Meet Nanyu or Nangyu, I don't know how to say that. So you're going to listen to a conversation between 2 people, Nanyu and Todd, okay? You have to listen to that.
Nanju, how do you spell your name?
Yeah, my name is like Nanju.
Oh, okay. That's a nice name, Nanju.
You can listen to it as many times as you want. If it's necessary for you, you can check the script. It's not very difficult in this case. And after you listen, you have to do the quiz, the comprehension quiz, and you can check here. Esto no lleva nota, es ejercicio, ¿ya? Práctica individual. Okay, so that is it. Please, you have to revise all the vocabulary and incorporate all the new words in each activity. That's very important. Listen, incorporate vocabulary, respond to the quiz, everything. You can listen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the times that you need. The second activity is very similar and responds the question, what are you like? ¿Qué significa en castellano? Este es ¿cómo? En castellano lo ponemos aquí al comienzo. ¿Cómo qué eres tú? O sea, ¿cómo eres? This question is looking for personal information, but more associated to your personality. What are you like? Are you sociable? Are you shy? It's like saying, tell me about your character. What are you like? Tell me about your personality. Are you sociable? Are you shy? Are you friendly? Are you, I don't know, an angry person? A lonely person? So you're going to listen to that.
People are late. I tend to be punctual. I follow kind of a pattern of my dad and my grandfather. My grandfather used to sit in the car for an hour before church.
Here we have American voices, and check all the vocabulary, make sure that you understand everything, incorporate all the words, and don't forget to do the quiz for comprehension. Then we have number 3, activity 3, which is about staying connected, more related to the online things, internet. Cuidado acá, este dibujo no tiene nada que ver. El listening va acá, esto está mal. Staying connected here.
It's definitely more than 20 times a day. It's not really necessary. It's not like I have millions of emails going into my account every day.
So we have all kinds of English. This is British English. And here you have the text. Make sure you incorporate all new words and also answer the comprehension quiz. And number 4 should be this one. Another English person, Sarah, and in this case, está más conectado también a internet, que dice, was life better for kids before the internet? ¿Era la vida mejor para los niños sin internet? Wow. Ustedes no tuvieron esa experiencia.
Yeah, and I think it's really unhealthy for the younger generations nowadays. I think it's really bad. I remember when I was a kid, you would go play outside in the woods, in the parks, down by the river. Nobody was ever...
Yo jugaba con mis amigos todo el día. I used to play with my friends all day. Pichangas, tombo, bolitas, marbles, a lot of stuff. Oh, it was different. Okay, so you have that. You have the script here. If you need it, check all the vocabulary, and the comprehension quiz is here. So you have all these activities for individual work this week. You should spend 2 more hours with English this week doing these listening activities and trying to answer the PDF questions about question words more with long answers, please. And with that, I am happy and you should be happy too. Okay, my friends? That's all for me. I don't know if you have any questions. If not, it was very good to meet you all again. And I hope we have a very good semester. Right? Thank you. No questions? You're welcome, Camila. Okay. Felipe, no? Okay, that's excellent. If you have any
Bye.
bye-bye. If you have any questions, you write me a little email. I'll be happy to answer and help. See you next week to talk about blogs more specifically.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye,
Belen.
profe.
Thank
Chaito.
you.
Thanks.
Take
Bye,
care.
teacher.
Bye.
Bye-bye, take care. Cheers. Voy a subir esta clase a el video a material enlaces, ¿ya? Dentro de un rato. See ya. Ciao. Thank you, Camila. That is the idea. You enjoy your classes.